All right, and now we're recording. Hey, y'all, my name's DJ Alan McCoy, and this is Mental Breaks, a spiritual podcast where we explore spiritual principles of, life in general, pretty much any and all sorts. Kind of a very, open-minded, I hope, podcast. We're kind of been trying out some new things with the intro here, listeners, I'd appreciate some, feedback on some of the stuff you like. And my guest today is the wonderful
Cap'n Cook.
Hell yeah. All right, big dog. So, we settled on the topic of loyalty.
Yes, sir.
Right, and the principle.
Mm-hmm.
So, before I, ask some of these little fancy doohickey questions, tell me a little bit about loyalty in your life, if you will.
All right. A little bit about loyalty. So, to me, loyalty is a huge key factor, especially with me being in recovery and starting a whole new different lifestyle. Loyalty means everything to me. I can't stand a liar. I can't stand a cheater. Anything has to do with living the right way and living the right principles. So, being loyal is just, you have to have it, man.
Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. So like loyalty for me, was always kind of it was just a behavior that I had. I've always had it. But I just never knew how to like really apply it in my life. You know what I mean? And since the last few years, like I've really been tested with a lot of little different, I was on the other side of the loyalty that I was being shown, right? And those that taught me loyalty, like my parents, basically.
Yeah.
Which they did an amazing job raising me. I'm beyond grateful for like the lessons and the love that they gave me and the protection, the guidance. Although like in my experience, like loyalty has to have its limits.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because like loyalty and love, like I can love somebody to death. You know what I mean? Like if I'm unwilling to, let them go, hurt their feelings, tell them the real truth, even if it might separate us in a sense, like, like that's almost borderline what had kind of brought me into recovery, where it was just kind of like I was accepted exactly as I was, and I was just allowed to kind of make my own decisions and, in a sense, just kind of run myself into a rabbit hole of death and destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
Yeah, I mean, so, and like I guess one thing that kind of is a struggle today is balancing loyalty with others and staying true to my own values, and my own personal growth aspects, like with this or with physical stuff, social stuff, sexual stuff, relationship stuff along those natures. So do you got any experience for myself or some of the viewers?
Yeah, man,
listeners?
I can tell you, I've got a good friend right now, man, and actually, he was dating this girl, and he was completely in love with her, and literally, and then he had a really good friend, and that of course, they broke up, but his good friend actually went behind his back and slept with this woman, and that right there just shows you, what kind of friend he is. He's not one at all.
Yeah.
All he's looking out for is himself, because that's no loyalty. That's no loyalty there to his friend.
Yeah.
And that right there is just something I could never do. I couldn't even do that being high, I don't think. That's just not me. So that just shows what kind of person he is. And now, actually it was just last night I was in a meeting and I saw this guy, and I actually had to walk out of the meeting and take a few breaths and decide, try to decide if I actually wanted to go back in there or not, you know, because I really just don't even like looking at his face now, just because he's completely fake, he's just fake, and I don't want to be around him. And so I went back and sat down in there, and then I finally just said, you know what, I'm just going to go up to another meeting, and I know I probably need to work on that. I need to not let him bother me so much, but it does.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. When you know somebody's like that, you know, it just bothers the hell out of you. So, or it bothers the hell out of me anyways.
Yeah, I feel you.
So, you know, I'm definitely going to work on that, you know, and try to get, you know, around it, you know.
Yeah, it's knowing when is enough is enough. You know what I mean? Because like there's like, because like we're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna fuck up. You know what I mean? And all that. And you know it's kind of, where do we draw the line? Because like at a certain point, like, you know, people do stuff to me, or just doing stuff, and then I'll forgive them because that's what I've been taught, and you know, based on, you know, different aspects of, you know, civilization. It's like, oh, just be kind, just forgive them.
Supposed to.
You know what I mean? It was like, okay, am I
hard.
forgiving them? And then like, what am I supposed to do in that aspect? Because like I've always tried, like, I would allow them back in.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it kind of came to a boiling point where I was like, no, you like,
you got to respect yourself.
yes,
you know?
it's loyalty and respect are, you know, very close and, you know, hand in hand for me today, I guess. And today I treat disrespect with distance. You know what I mean? The more I am disrespected, the more I distance myself from the
best
situation.
thing you can do.
You know what I mean?
Best thing you can do, man.
And like,
if you retaliate, man, it's just gonna get worse.
Because like, you know what I mean, I don't really have anything to prove to anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with myself. You know what I mean? I'm working on myself freaking every day. You know what I mean? I'm being of service, which
and that's all that matters. As long as you're okay with yourself, you know, you don't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah.
You know, that's what truly matters.
you know what I mean? And just and I'm finding people along the same paths where they're trying to take care of themselves first and foremost. They're not trying to harm anybody else along the way. You know what I mean? And that's where, yeah, mistakes do happen. You know what I mean? But like, you know, that's where we show ourselves grace more than anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, like, yeah, this man, you know, I've perceived wrongdoings in my life that he's done towards me, but more so, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna give him grace, and I'm not gonna go after him.
Right.
You know, he's going left. I'm like, I'm gonna try to go right. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to just use what he did as a lesson and move on. You know, and out of his life. You know what I mean?
Well, you see, there's one thing about it, man. Either he knows what he did and it's gonna get to him, either it's gonna eat at him, or he's just really that lost and doesn't understand, you know, what he's done. You know, hopefully he's just lost and doesn't understand, and will finally figure it out. You know, but if he does know what he did, and it will definitely get it. You know, it's gonna eat at him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's gonna do him more damage than good.
Yeah, and I mean, I definitely hope it's the first one. You know what I mean? I hope I'd rather him be lost and not know what he did.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it's kind of like, okay, then he's not going to hate himself in an aspect for it. You know what I mean? Then he won't fucking destroy his own life or stuff that he's building and whatnot. And I mean, I really hope that for everybody, you know what I mean? Because that's what I would like for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, the stuff that I do towards people, you know what I mean? And unintentionally, I don't really ever wake up and I'm like, all right, who can I hurt today?
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to get them. You know what I mean? Because that's not necessarily
It's not
who I
right.
am. You know what I mean? And that's not who I try to be today. I really try to be, you know, like a loving person. And sometimes, you know, I speak some harsh words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do, generally speaking, try to keep them honest. Even if they are harsh, you know what I mean?
As long as they're honest.
Yeah, because like a saying in my life, a mantra, I think would be the word. I'd rather you hurt my feelings with the truth than bury me with a lie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
All day long.
Yeah, and it's like,
it's one thing that I cannot stand, you know, liar. You know, I understand it if you're lying, telling a joke and stuff like that, you know, but I mean, when it comes down to like truth or money or anything like that, you know, I don't get it. You know, that's just, I'm not cut from that kind of cloth. You know, there are a ton of people out here, you know, and I mean, even after they get right, you know, with God or spirituality, you know, and get sober and everything else, they still lie, you know, and they just keep doing it, and they have a bad problem with it, you know, and that's something I just don't understand, you know, but hopefully they'll grow, you know, and hopefully they'll grow out of that.
Yeah. And like we were talking earlier before we started this, you know, about the relationship with your brother, right? Which kind of brings me definitely into this next question here. Cultivating like unwavering loyalty yet still allowing room for forgiveness and growth in the relationships. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have an aspect of that with your brother.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that you are willing to do, and it's like some of those things, like I just they the I don't know. Maybe it's a sense of fear for me that if
What do you mean?
that if I'm like completely really loyal, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be betrayed.
Oh,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Because generally speaking, minus 2, 3. We're gonna rock out and say 3.
Okay.
And even some of those are a little hazy. We're gonna say 5 just because I'm probably forgetting a few, and I could probably dive deeper down. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That some of like the friendships and like real more in-depth relationships that I've had throughout the last 29 years of my life, at all of them, you know what I mean, pretty much every single one of them has ended in betrayal or deceit or deception.
Yeah, I get it.
Or manipulation or using or this or that.
And after it's so hard to let your guard down after you've been through that, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, I mean, and like a lot of the stuff was like with women and whatnot. Like I've had a lot of friends and shit, or air quotations, guys, friends. You know what I mean? Like I'd be talking to a woman, like we'd be kind of like intimate and whatnot, and then like, boop, then like somebody who was putting on a facade of being my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like next thing I know, it's like my girl comes to me and she's like, "Hey, so I don't know if I want to be in this relationship with you." And I'm like, "Oh, so you don't want to be in a relationship with me? Cool, bet, say less, love you, want the best for you." Yeah. And then 3 hours later, she's like, sucking dick in the fucking Burger King parking lot, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking out back behind a Wawa.
Yeah. Just when you thought she was perfect,
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, man, how people can just, how they can do it,
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I don't get it, man. The world can be a beautiful place. It can be a cruel place, and it all just depends on. It all depends on who you're hanging around with, man. And a lot of us. I know I'm poor judge of character a lot of times. A lot of times I'm a good judge of character. But I know for women, you're usually a bad judge of character.
Yeah, usually
very bad.
Yeah, and I mean like. Today, like where I've kind of like grown into is like, I cannot let a woman guide me in life in any aspect. You know what I mean? Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Is because generally speaking, no, it's not even generally speaking, is because it's every aspect of every relationship I've ever had. A woman has only tried to really use me. Never come into my life to just be like, "Hey, here, I want to do this something nice for you."
See, I have had that though. I have had women come into my life and want to be very good to me actually, and I fucked it up, for honestly for not being grateful, not being grateful for what I had. But then I have had those to come into my life and try to use me,
Yeah.
But for the most part, I fuck those relationships up that are the really, really good ones, that they're genuine, and they actually, care and, actually just want me for me. They don't care about how much money I have, they don't care about, what kind of car I drive, what kind of job I have, any of that, they just like me for me, and that's great, but they're just so far few in between out there, it seems like, but there are still some out there.
Yeah.
And honestly, I believe a lot of that stems from the music these days.
Oh, 1,000%. I'm very selective about my music today.
Dude, everything's fuck these hoes. Pop that pussy. This that sell that pussy. And that's the thing. Everyone's growing up listening to that shit. And that's what they think's cool, and that's what they think's in. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Very much so, dude. And it's like I've had a few women that were kind of like that and whatnot. And like, however, one of the big separation parts between myself and her, or themselves, was a lack of communication or miscommunication, which most relationships are built on a level of loyalty, and then communication. Yeah, we're recording. And stuff like that. But like when like all these relationships with these women that were showing me the love and the care and the kindness and stuff, they were only giving me half of what I was needing. They weren't giving me the communication, the a measure of loyalty or a measure of respect or a measure of the alleviation of stress. Because like the woman that I'm with on an intimate level, I need to know where she's at, not out of fear of a sense of insecurity or a sense of fear, but out of a sense of responsibility, right?
I get that.
Because the world is a fucking cold, dark, dangerous place. You know what I mean? If I'm living in anything else, it's a lie. You know what I mean? And then you'll hear the feminists say, "Oh, but if it wasn't for men, what would we have to be afraid of?" You're right, but if it wasn't for men, societies, we wouldn't have what we've had. Mankind, men primarily have built pretty much every frickin' society that we have.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? And okay, if there's a fucking tiger running loose in the fucking jungle, or in our just general vicinity, and there's a man and there's a woman, who's going to be the person to go out and fight the fucking tiger to save the other person? Is it going to be the woman?
Well, of course the man is going to throw the woman to the tiger.
Hell yeah. In a fair society, yeah.
No, of course, man. You know the man is going to stand up.
Yeah. It's just in our biological nature to be like, what is it? It's one of the 9 noble virtues, actually. I don't got it on the wall right now.
But I wouldn't doubt it if the woman would try to throw the man in front of the tiger.
Facts.
So
I think it's the one of the 9 noble virtues for me in my life. Courage. When others show weakness, it is the responsibility of others to show strength. You know what I mean? So like if the man to my left is being weak, bet I will be strong. You know what I mean? When in times of trouble, like
have to be.
You know what I mean? I'll step up to the plate.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
And that's kind of where you get a lot of people, I believe, in today's society where over the last, I'm going to say 30 years, 40 years maybe, men have been pacified. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
So like a lot of us haven't, I'm going to say we kind of lost our ways as being leaders in relationships and losing values.
Yeah, just how everything's changed.
Yeah, with the music and with the TV and the media and the propaganda. It's like we're in a more PC Nazi party today.
Yeah, where the hell are we?
You know what I mean? And with that, go figure, look at our women. Bro, they're fucking hands on my knees, shaking ass like a thought. Whatever the fucking there's a song, dude.
I know what you're talking about.
And I see the song, and I'm just like looking at this woman that I know, and I'm just like,
what the fuck?
It goes, and it makes me think back, like when I was with this same woman. I'm just like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Why in the fuck did I want to be with this woman, dude? And it's just like, fuck.
We're attracted to the hoish bullshit. You know what I mean? But then that's not anybody that we want to take home to mama.
No, it's not something that we want to stay with long term.
Ever. No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And it's because like when we grow up out of the instant gratification aspect and mindset of young men and boys, you know what I mean, in teenage and adolescence, we understand the need, importance, and gratitude of long-term delayed gratification or long-term suffering, which leads to truer and more resilient happinesses. You know what I mean? It's because like we find worth in something that we have to work for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, go figure. Like, if this woman is projecting herself as an easy woman, then I don't want that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want my woman to be like that at all.
Because if she's like that with you, she's going to be like that with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, she's just going to be loose. I mean, and I'm not talking about that kind of loose. I'm just talking about loose. Well, it could be that kind of loose.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying. You know, loose with her loyalty.
Yeah.
You know? She would be going around and basically putting that vibe off on everyone. Yeah. And then that means she's for everyone.
because loyalty, for like the way that I receive loyalty from a woman is by her attention. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
the amount of attention that she's giving me. You know what I mean? From physical aspects and just vocal aspects and just like her commitment to me. But like if she's out here on social media, shaking ass, doing TikTok fucking dances and all these other things, it's like my mind's thinking about like who's she talking to? Why is she out here with all this attention? Oh, I'm not good enough. Blah 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 blah. And then it's like I don't want to be in this relationship. Fuck this. No, I'm good. I'm done. And then I'm out.
I get it.
And then like the women in our society,
which is also insecurities, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
100%.
Yeah.
However, it's like if the woman that I'm supposed to be with, right, is supposed to be, a reflection of me, right, and a reflection of my power as a man, because that's also our society is men. The dynamic that we have is all a level of power. You know what I mean? Power in relationships and power of structure and status and this and that and what we can do for society. That's how we become higher value men and whatnot. So like if the woman that I'm with is just like easily accessible as far as communication and just easily allowed to be reached, like, you know what I mean? Like why? That's something that I'm gonna have to worry about, and it's like. And
you shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't have to. And our society has tricked us into thinking, oh, he's insecure. She should just be allowed to do what. Yeah, she is allowed to do whatever she wants because the woman that I'm with.
But she shouldn't want to do that stuff.
Like like Conor McGregor, right? Like the woman that the divine, the gods, whatever has put into his life, like that's an amazing woman because she sat with him for the last decade or however long, in the car, sleeping with him in the car, sleeping with like just grinding out, sticking through thick and thin, being loyal.
Yeah.
And go figure, now that he's made it, or made it, air quotes again, guys, he's not out here fucking all these women or whatnot, or he's not at least perceiving it that way. There's an aspect of,
and that's amazing right there. That's the type of person that I want. In my life, I want that person that if we had it all, and then lost everything, that they would stick with me, and help me rebuild that life. And no matter what trials we go through, that they're always going to be there for you, and give you give you motivation, and just keep you pumped up, not just drag you down and put you down for, oh, you don't have this, oh, you didn't do that right. You need someone to always pull you up, pick you up, and you should be the same for them.
It's like the loyalty of a woman is tested when her man has everything. Or no, the loyalty of a woman is tested when her man has nothing. The loyalty of a man is tested when he has everything. Because, okay, if you give me $30 million right now, and a mansion that's paid for, 30 cars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, everything, Audis, everything. You know what I mean? At that point, I have the lifestyle that can entertain, provide, and protect, and all these little different. I own a security company. I own a marketing company. I own 15 companies.
I own a '97 Nissan.
Hell yeah! I got a '99 Expedition. No, I'm saying.
I'm listening though.
But like, like. I with me as a high value man, right, with material objects and whatnot, and how our society has shown like that we're supposed to like live and whatnot, I have a life that I can provide, really any woman that I choose.
Oh, absolutely.
I can provide her with whatever I want. So at that point, I become one of the power dynamic or the value system changes from the woman having, what I want to now I have what I want. I have the choice, the ability to. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, you're not gonna communicate with me. All right, cool. Fucking communicate with somebody less than me. save that for the next band. I don't need your fucking bullshit, all this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And then go figure, like, oh, like, then all the women start to complain about the man that they can't get. You know what I mean? When in reality, they could have had him. They just wouldn't treat him right before he, when he didn't have what he was destined for. You know what I mean? And so now it's like a woman that knows and can have faith and believe where, like, and trust in the vision of the man. You know what I mean? Like, because that's like in the relationships that I have with women today, like I said previously, earlier in the little podcast here, was that I will never let a woman guide me in the relationship again.
Yeah.
If I do, it is detrimental to my health.
Look, see, I would let one guide me if they were more spiritual than me and actually could show me something new. That I felt. If I truly felt it in my heart, that's something that I could do. But any other aspect, money, any of that kind of stuff, nah, super fuck no.
So, like, spiritual, yeah, you got me on that. You're very right. Because there is one woman that it don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what she does, and, like, I fucking hate her for it. But, like, she'll never do anything wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I cannot fucking stand her. But it doesn't matter because she'll never do anything wrong. You know what I mean? And
you'll get to that point, man, where you finally can't stand her. Like,
I can't stand her already.
I know, I get that. No, I get that. All right, let me rephrase. You'll get to the point, man, where you'll get sick of it and you'll finally despise her. Because I had the same kind of ordeal, with an ex-wife. I promise, bro, it will happen, man. It took me like 8 years.
I believe you, and I just don't want it to come to that point.
Why? Why would you not?
Because I don't know. Like,
fuck that, man.
I know.
Fuck that. You don't want that in your head, man.
I don't.
No, get that shit out of there, man.
Oh,
look, there's one thing about it, man. If she was meant for you, she would be with you, okay?
She would've, yeah.
And that's the thing. She'd
have made the choice to fucking
exactly, and not do all that fuck shit.
Not behave that way.
Yeah.
She would have chose to be better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like every day I choose to be better.
If she knew better, she'd do better.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk to you anymore, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm moving to fucking Quebec. Never mind, I'm not allowed in Canada. Working on that, though.
Keep working. Yeah, keep working.
Work harder. I am. So... That brings... Okay, so how can we remain loyal to our dreams and aspirations while still honoring commitments?
Ooh.
Others to...
You're just going to have to...
Like the other day, like, I sacrificed going to the gym, something that I really want to do, which kind of set my whole week out of whack because I'm trying something new with this gym aspect and whatnot. So it's putting my, body and whatnot in a lot of fucking different... state of beings, which is excuses and lies and shit and whatnot, but like
right.
But I'm just gonna fucking justify whatever I want to fucking fuel my fucking path.
Absolutely.
And you don't like it, I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely.
Because this is what everybody fucking does. They all justify their own shit to fucking further their own path.
Yeah.
And justifications are excuses and excuses are lies. So is anybody really honest? Nope. But but they're like, it's all the same shit. It's just in different forms. It's like, when are we going to have faith in someone else? You know what I mean? Or a higher power or whatever. But, like, so...
Well, I finally got my faith in a higher power. It's just,
yeah.
when am I going to have faith in somebody else?
That part. And it's like, I've been talking with my sponsor here recently about, I'm just sick and tired of fucking... being sick and tired. I'm fucking sick and tired of fucking with these shitty women and fucking this, that, and the third. I'm sick and tired of having my picker, my guidance, be all twisted and bent out of shape. And, like, what did he tell me to do? He said, pray for guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get high. I think he said something else. Probably be willing. Be open-minded. And I'm like, well, fucking A. I don't fucking... He gave me a solid solution.
Have you ever thought about going to different stomping grounds to try to find new different kinds of women?
I'm
I'm guessing by that you have not.
I mean, I've thought about it.
You've thought about it.
Thought
but you
about it.
haven't
Have
done
I?
it. You have not
applied
acted
it
on it.
practically in my life? No.
That's what you need to do, Alan.
He told me to find a godly woman.
That's what I look in my head. I was thinking the same shit, man. I was thinking the same exact shit.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Keep on looking.
And it's crazy because, like, I mean, it's not crazy because, like, it makes sense in a way. Like, the type of godly woman that I'm, looking for isn't in line with, like, my undeniable, unshakable fucking belief system, if you will. You know what I mean? Like the woman that I'm looking for is a very Christian woman. Right? And I am not very Christian-like.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like...
But the thing is, man, is maybe... Dude, who knows, man? You might actually be converted.
Yeah.
If you find that right person, man, and she might touch your heart the right way, man, who knows, man? Who knows what could happen?
Which, I mean, like, that's the kicker. Like, I Jesus Christ, have I accepted him into my life? Yeah, sure. Lord and Savior. You know what I mean? However, the rest of my spirituality allows, like, it doesn't allow for complete surrender to that. You know what I mean? Like, there was a time when I did, yeah. Although, like, it's not enough. Like, my spirituality needs more.
Okay.
And I find that through my spirituality. You know what I mean? So, like, therefore, like, my woman, like, the woman that I believe that God would choose for me, would encompass, all Christian values.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that way I could still be the man that I believe the gods of my understanding need me to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, it's almost a double-edged sword. Like,
I see that.
You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, and
I think what you're gonna have to do, man, just honestly, I think you're just gonna have to try to be open-minded, man, and really just kind of see where your heart, which way your heart pulls you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I've kind of been coming to the understanding I have to sacrifice one.
You're gonna have to, man.
Either the woman or the purpose that God wants me to have.
Not necessarily. Why is that?
Spiritual beliefs. A religious standpoint, because if the woman is a complete devout, Christ-like follower, if you will, right? One of the kind of things is not to worship other religious deities, whatever. However, in my spirituality, that's what it is. Like, that's where it is. That's the solution. You know what I mean? So it's
I'm just gonna tell you this, man. Give it a shot with a good Christian woman. See where it goes. See where your fucking heart takes you, man. That's all I got for you on that, man.
fair enough.
Because you're taking me down a rabbit hole I don't feel like I can get back out of.
Golly. I'm saying, bro, like, I love talking with you, because, like, okay, so the next, like, you bring me straight into the next question. And
All
it's
right.
like, how can we differentiate between blind loyalty and discerning loyalty, where we remain, like, committed while also critically evaluating the situations, in our presence?
Ooh.
Like, I know you got some experience on that,
Man,
or an opinion.
I have such a problem with it, man.
Tell me all about it.
Dude, I'm talking about when it can be anything as simple as, I don't have a license right now, so I'll be driving to a meeting, and then my head's flipping saying, oh, do I need to be driving to this meeting right now with the busted out back window, So it's like, honestly, man, I'm so in between on this shit right now, dude. I'm just trying to flip a coin on it, Yeah. I really don't know. I don't know how to do it. Maybe give me some experience, man. Give me some. Give me. Please help.
Oh, golly. I mean, motives.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm trying to think like specifically on the car thing. I don't know if I think there was a little time here, probably like maybe a year and a half ago, where I didn't. Like, I had like a month or so that I was driving with like no insurance or something, um, and I had to. Better yet, I've crashed vehicles.
Okay.
Okay, so I've crashed 3 vehicles since I've been clean.
Okay.
Right. Dodge Avenger, a white one. Toyota Tercel. And what's the third one? I feel like there's been a third vehicle.
The orange fender on the Dodge Avenger.
Okay, so the Avenger I crashed when I was in my head about a woman.
I go figure.
Right, because of a lack of communication. She was just playing games and shit with me. And at the time, like I wasn't mentally or emotionally stable enough to fucking handle it. And now it's more so like I don't give a fuck. And like, what did I do? Like, so this is also a vape thing as well.
The vape thing?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Did I tell you about that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so, I'm in my head, I get in my car, and I'm driving and fucking blah, 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 and it's like, at the time, like, I was unable to realize, like, where, like, it was insecurities and shit that was fucking bubbling up. You know what I mean? It's like, why, So I got in my car to go drive my car, just drive fucking reckless and fast and all this shit, try to get myself out of my head, enact some control in my life, which was actually a form of lack of control because it was raining and whatnot. Driving around corners and fucking just whipping in, fucking all that shit. Not working, so I go to the gas station, buy a fucking vape. I get back in my car, I'm hitting my vape, I'm like, fuck. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Substance. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Possible relapse.
Oh.
If you look at it from a black and white
standpoint, never thought about that.
That's a motherfucking relapse right there.
Yeah.
So
it's a very light one, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's a relapse nonetheless.
Right.
And like people
will
tell me I'm like, oh, you real hard on yourself. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm fucking just analytical with this shit.
Yeah.
It's like I went and I didn't like the way I feel, so I went and chased a fucking substance and fucking used the substance to change how I felt, and then go figure, it didn't fucking work. So what did I do? Got back in the car, drove, maybe a half mile down the road to KFC in Madison. And for those of you that live in Madison that are listening to this, you'll see, well, they removed it finally after like 2 years, dude.
What?
There was a light pole that was at probably about like a 45-degree angle. Maybe like 50-degree angle.
Okay.
55. 55. That's a good number. I'm driving down the road because like I hitting the vape. Cool, it doesn't work. Fuck this shit. Get back in the car, start driving. I get about half mile down the road and I'm like, fuck this shit. I need to pull over and pray. So what do? I jerk that fucking wheel to the right, go, pow! Straight into the pole, going like 45.
Oh, man.
Airbags deploy. I'm fucking...
What kind of car was that?
Dodge Avenger.
Oh, shit.
So, quick little bugger too, dude.
Oh, man.
She used to tell me all the time, look, hey, I'm running late on this appointment. I need you to do your go fast thing.
Yeah.
And like she'd say it in this cute ass way and shit. And
of course.
And I'd be like, all right, babe, I got you. And I'd get her there on fucking time, dude.
Do your little go fast thing.
Bro, I love her. She's great. She's dead now, but hopefully she's at peace.
Rest in peace.
Pieces.
Oh God.
No, chill. But like,
shame on you, Alan.
But like, I pulled over to pray, or crashed over to pray, and crashed my car. You know what I mean? But at the time, like, I didn't have the discernment or the willingness to stop and look at myself and see what my life was, going and what I was doing and all this type of shit. And like, it was a wake up call. You know what I mean? From the big guy. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, motherfucker, like, if you need to stop before, like, when you're fucking running rampant, you need to stop your fucking emotions. You need to fucking take a hard look at yourself and look in your life. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I was like, shit. Okay. and I've really been trying to do that a lot. You know what I mean? I don't do it perfectly, and I'm gonna fucking do it perfectly one day. I swear, I have to.
I hear you. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope that you give me the strength. You know what I mean, to do that. You know what I mean, for real.
And he will.
You know what I mean? So. So that's kind of one of those things. It's just like in the moment. Like another one was like I was sitting actually at this house, with another car that I crashed. Subaru
No.
Forester. Yes,
really?
sir. That was the third one.
Man,
Yeah,
dude. Good cars.
good. Fucking, I love that car.
Yeah,
dude.
really good cars.
Golly.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
This was when I was in a citywide Nerf war.
Okay.
Nerf guns and shit.
Yeah, nice.
And like it was snowing and shit. Fucking weather was starting to pick up and get real bad. I'm like, oh, I'm in the Subaru. I'll be fine. And
It's all-wheel drive.
You know the Camel car wash down here?
No, I do not.
Okay, so
Do they wash camels?
they might.
I don't know.
They got a
what
big
that
old
is.
camel out
I
there.
have no idea.
Or you know the golf course?
No, I don't.
By golly.
I just moved here a month ago.
Fair enough. You'll get it. You'll see it. All right. When you go down to Camel Car Wash and you turn right and go by the golf course,
You talking about behind the church?
fuck you. There's one light pole
Yeah.
that is brand new, a little bit shiny, a little bit more chrome than the rest of them.
Okay.
And what it was is I wasn't. So basically, what I had determined from the situation was I was unwilling to delay gratification, and I just wanted to stay busy, and I just wanted to keep doing stuff and moving and blah blah blah, and just find something to be the next best thing. And so I was going to Target. I looked it up. They had a little fucking 6-shooter. I think it's 8-shooter. Fucking little revolver pistol. I was
Yeah.
like, this thing's
Ah,
fucking
it is
sick.
cool,
Hell
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go get that and be fucking pew 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 pew, doing fucking spinning and shit and fucking goofy.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Your last name is McCoy.
yeah. So, I'm driving down the road and fucking snowing and shit, and I just spin out, fucking do a fucking. I did a 720 and smacked my ass in the fucking pole, and crashed the pole, fucking knocked over. I'm like, shit. So I call up the guys at the house. I'm like, yo, guys, just kind of do an accident down the road by golf course. Go boom, boom, boom. They show up fucking 5 minutes later. I'm like, golly.
Damn. That's quick.
Yeah. I think that's where my fucking my Snap-on tools went. I think I left them in the car.
Oh, man.
Pissed. But fuck it.
How long's it been?
It's been a minute.
Okay.
It's been
There's no way to get the tools back.
No, it's over.
Oh, okay.
It's gone. And then the third one was the Toyota Tercel that somebody had blessed me with. Like, dude, they just gave me a car.
Really?
Gave me a car. Like I had been riding the bus from Madison to West Nashville. Every morning I'd leave my house at 6. I'd get to work at 8. And then I'd sit there and work a 8 or 10 hour shift, and then I'd sit around, hang around for 3-4 hours, wait for a meeting, and then I'd go to the meeting for an hour, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, had 2 meetings, and then I'd ride the bus back another hour and a half, 2 hours to get back home. And I did this every day for about 6 months, and this guy gave me a car.
That's fucking
Just
sweet,
because he
man.
saing that I was putting in the work and fucking
Yeah.
I was just like really grinding this shit out.
Was he at the house?
Yeah, he was one of the other house managers.
Okay.
I was a live-in house manager for a treatment center in Nashville. And like I had that when I crashed that car, I was sitting there. Which I don't know. Like I was looking at my phone. Like I was headed into work, and I was probably like maybe a half mile from work, but I was like they were doing construction and fucking parade and shit, so I had to look at all the GPS and figure out how to get there, and I was running late, and like I crashed the car. But like maybe the reason why I crashed that car was because I was unwilling to kind of invest some time into some disciplined aspects of my life. Like I'm looking down in my lap at my phone, when if I would have had the phone on my dash in a little fucking little cup holder thing or a little dash holder, like I would have avoided the crash. So like my lack of forethought into my own actions, right, and into the people that I've been loyal to have like been detrimental to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Because like I've been so unwilling to look at where I'm trying to go and what I'm really trying to do here and like what I want to do. And I think like that's where here recently in my life, like that's been some of the spiritual lessons that I've been learning, you know, with loyalty. It's like, okay, like this guy that we were talking about, like I was willing and like all these things. It's like this, like these other women and whatnot. Like I'm seeing these behaviors and what they're doing and whatnot and what I'm trying to do. But like because I'm scared to be alone and because I'm this and because I don't want to be alone and because really what I want is I just want that woman that's gonna be, you know, her. You know what I mean? And I just want her to be here on my time, and it's just not working that way.
Man, look, dude, everything's gonna fall into place, man. I noticed this, dude. One last thing I'm gonna say on this, man, is whenever I'm not looking for a woman, is that's when the good one comes.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I'm hunting and just trying to anything clawing, you know, just trying to find that one, man, they're garbage, man. Every one
Yeah.
of them, man.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works. So at least when you expect it, man, that woman's gonna walk into your life.
Yeah. So, would you say loyalty is a two-way street?
Absolutely.
How so? Please elaborate for me and the listeners.
You're gonna have to be loyal to the person that you're with, you know,
Yeah.
or in anybody for that instant, for that fact, and they are gonna have to be loyal to you because if they break the loyalty or you break it, all of it's fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yes, of course, it's a two-way street. You know, you know, somebody could still, you know, a big thing on me is if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people aren't like that. You know, and the thing is, you know, one time, okay, I get it, some shit happens, you know, but then you keep on over and over and over again, man. Then you're just lying, you know, and that's just bullshit, you know.
Yeah.
And then I count your credibility. Your credibility is no longer good with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah, and I mean, to kind of go off of that a little bit, do you think men and women show and receive loyalty differently? In your experience?
In my experience, honestly, no. I think it's equivalent. You know, I think that in my eyes, anyways. You know, because that's what I look for. You know, now does it always happen that way? Fuck no.
Yeah.
You know, of course not. But I believe it's the same for each. You know.
Okay.
Because they want you to not cheat, you know. They want you to pull your weight, you know. And I want the same from them, you know. And don't lie, you know. Don't fucking lie, you know.
Yeah.
Huge one. That one right there. Hell, I'd almost rather you fucking cheat on me than lie to me. You know. I'm damn near there.
I mean, I ain't got nothing. I got honesty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All this shit in this room, like, it ain't much. You know what I mean? And it don't mean that much to me because, like, all I really try to do is just be honest.
Yeah.
Because all of this stuff could burn up in a day.
All of it gone. Just
I'll be
like
homeless
that.
tomorrow with nothing.
I know. That's why this material shit doesn't matter, man.
It doesn't. Like, honesty. You know what I mean? Who I am and who I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Who you're going to help.
That's it. That's it. Like... Fuck everything else. Like, I measure my loyalty on honesty. And, like, I believe that's why today, like, the level of loyalty that I do have and can have is extremely high. And so, like, therefore, like, I feel like also the level of loyalty that I want in return is also extremely high, and that was one reasons why the young lady that we separated ourselves. I wish it wasn't this way because I do feel bad that my expectations and standards were apparently too high for her. That was one of the things she was like, I feel like with you I'll never be good enough, and I was like, damn, I'm sorry, that's not my fault though.
Right? It's not.
You
It's
know what I
not.
mean?
It's not.
And that's I guess that's a reflection of like the level of honesty that I have.
Yeah, and that's something going on inside of her.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know, and just take it on his chin and keep on.
Keep on, man.
You know what I mean? And I mean, I know you got a bunch of stuff to do. I know you're a very busy man.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to be like you one day.
Shut up, man. Come on.
So, you know, as far as loyalty goes, or just anything in general, you know, a suggestion that you might want to leave a listener with, you know, a question for the listeners, possibly.
You know, I'm just gonna leave this with the listeners. You know, just please, man, just all of y'all, just whenever, if you do slip up and lie to somebody, you know, something I heard my sponsor tell me, actually, you know, and I don't have a problem with it, but my other sponsor, okay? So anyways, he told me, you know, that he has a problem still with lying. And what he will do is whenever he catches himself, he will go straight back to that person and say, you know what? I just lied to you. I don't know why I did it, but I did. So people just take that, you know, and maybe you can use that and it'll help you maybe to start, you know, living right, you know, and stop lying, you know, because I know he said that it made a world of difference for him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, I mean, and just people, there's no point in lying, man. There's not, you know, it doesn't matter if it's even going to hurt somebody, you know, just go ahead and let it out, man, and just get it over with, you know, because the thing is, if you lie, man, you're going to have to hold that lie inside of you, you know, and then it's going to fuck everything else up, you know. So I know that's where I fucked up in this last relationship, man. I started lying, you know, and it was over dumb shit. And, you know, I mean, that's where I fucked up, man, you know, and next thing you know, I fucking got high, you know. So just take that, y'all. This is Captain Cook speaking. I'm out.
Thank you, Captain Cook. I'm so glad you came.
Love you, Alan. I love you, Alan.
I love you. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining in on this episode of Mental Breaks. I'm grateful y'all shared your time with me. You know, once again, as always, if you guys have a spiritual principle you would like, or, you know, somebody that you feel could benefit from listening to this, or, you know, share, feel free to please share. I'm just grateful y'all are here and grateful I've been able to be of service to you guys. This podcast is, you know, run on donations and the sweat, blood, and tears of my own life, and you know, anything that y'all are willing or able to support me with, I am so beyond internally grateful. You know, I hope y'all have a blessed day and don't give up. Hope is out there. Hope is waiting around the corner. Have faith. Keep believing. Y'all are worth it.